Justice League, the movie. There's gonna be spoilers here. Spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, look at my other video. It's spoiler free. This one is gonna be spoiler thick. All right, ready? All right. This movie stars Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Roy Fisher. And this movie was literally, it was DC's best movie so far. I know sometimes I say I'm going to see a movie twice, maybe because it was good. This one, there's not a chance. I got to see it a week or so before it actually comes out. In fact, it's not out yet, but it's worth going to see. I'm going to see it at least one more time. I might see it 2 more times because of the ending, because of the Easter egg at the end. There's 2 of them, but one of them was just so good, man. I think I'm going to see it again just for that. Yeah. The movie starts out with the Age of Heroes, and it's got Batman and Wonder Woman doing their thing in their respective cities, you know, kicking the crap out of people, bam, 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 like they do. And then they give a little bit about the original Age of Heroes when they fought Steppenwolf the first time he comes to Earth. And the Amazons are trying to beat him back, but they can't do it. So the Atlanteans come, and the Atlanteans are like, you know, we got you. And they step up with all of their machinery and superpowered people, but it's not enough. So then the gods come down, Zeus, Hercules, Mercury, all of them, they come down, they're throwing lightning and fighting, and there's explosions and all kinds of stuff. And that's almost enough, but it's not enough. So then the armies of man, heard that in another movie, but the armies of man get together, and they come, and they bring the havoc too. So it's like, you know, Eurasia and Africa and all of these continents, all of these armies come together. So you got all of these people throwing spears and rocks and lightning and stuff, and it ain't enough. So then the Green Lanterns show up. And when the Green Lanterns get there, then you're like, oh. And I'm not talking about one Green Lantern. I mean, there were a few of them. So then it's enough. So at that moment, right, I'm thinking, if it took all of this, all of these Green Lanterns and the gods and the Atlanteans and the Amazons and the armies of man, how are 5 or 6 Justice League people gonna beat him back? That ain't gonna happen. But they beat him back in the beginning. They put him on, he's furious because that's his first loss in like thousands of years. So he's beaten back. They put him on his ship and he takes off, but he forgets his mother box. Hey, he doesn't forget him. He can't get him. He's got his mother boxes on Earth. So the mother boxes used to just be like a cell phone for the gods, the new gods. They could use a mother box and they can get information. They could use a mother box. They could send messages. They could use a mother box, and it teleports and creates a boom tube. Today, apparently there's 3 mother boxes on Earth, and Wonder Woman says, quote unquote, they are power. So it's kind of like another franchise doing something with some objects, but it still works here. So you've got these mother boxes that suddenly activate. One of them activates the other ones. So, you know, Steppenwolf is like, oh, I hear him. And he comes back to Earth. Comes back to Earth and he's figuring, okay, I gotta get these mother boxes. If I get them all 3 in the same room, smash them together, boom. Not only does it call for all the armies of Apocalypse, I don't know why he couldn't just send the armies of Apocalypse, but he had to wait for the mother boxes to do it. And then it's going to transform Earth into an apocalyptic type place. So it's more suitable for these new gods. The new gods of Apocalypse are essentially like space demons, and their boss, Darkseid, is basically like a space devil. He's like the devil in outer space. So they want to take over worlds and conquer worlds and stuff like that. So he wants to get them together. Batman and Wonder Woman figure out, we know what you're doing. So they try to keep them apart. They find out that Superman, Batman knew. Superman's cells absorb energy to make him who he is. So they're like, well, we got a mother box, man. Since we got this mother box, can't we just use that energy and like superpower Superman? Half the team says yay, half the team says nay. They don't want to do it because, in the words of Flash, is that going to make like a pet cemetery kind of a Superman? The Flash is hilarious in this. He kind of makes the movie. So they decide to do it anyway. Superman comes back, and of course, he's half nuts when he comes back, so he's got to fight the team first, man. He's got to fight the Justice League. So he's got to fight the Justice League, and the Justice League is like, all right, it's Superman, but we can take him. There's like 4 of us. So they try to take him, and Superman doesn't want to be took. Superman generally, it doesn't matter which team of superheroes you're talking about, generally Superman is more powerful than the rest of the Justice League, depending on who's on the team, I guess, but mostly, almost always, he's more powerful than them. So while they're fighting him, Wonder Woman like headbutts him, bing, and then he grabs Wonder Woman, he like kind of floats up in the air, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna give her the business. And he headbutts her, and she slams into the ground and into the concrete, and all of them rush him, and they grab him, and they're holding him. This was my personal favorite part of the movie. They're all holding Superman, and they're trying to hold him, and then the Flash is like, I'm gonna hit him from the back, man. So he's like, he's doing the Bionic Man run, right? And he's like, and he's doing his super speed. Quicksilver had one way of doing super speed in the X-Men movies. Quicksilver had another way of doing super speed in the Avengers movie. Flash's super speed, believe it or not, is completely different from the other ones. It's cool that they keep changing up this one particular power, but he's like, and he's running and he's coming behind Superman, and this for the Flash must have been the scariest thing in his life. While he's coming up on Superman, Superman does this. And he's looking at him. He sees him. He's like, his eyes turn first, and he's like, is this dude trying to run up on me? Dude, I see you. And the Flash, at this point, no one has ever seen him move because he's just too dang fast. This is the first time the Flash has come up against anybody whose speed was anywhere near his. So when he sees that Superman sees him and they're moving at the same speed, he's running and Superman's like, oh. The expression on his face is priceless. He's like, no. And he tries to stop because he's like, uh-oh, he can see me. So he's slowing down and Superman pushes everybody away and tries to hit the Flash, and the Flash like ducks, and then it's Superman trying to catch the Flash, which is funny, but it's big if you're a comic book guy, because Flash and Superman have always had that who's the fastest kind of a thing. There's a book out where Superman races the Flash. There were several books actually, but the premise is that Superman tries to outrace the Flash. It's in the movie. It's in the movie. Oh, it's in the movie. It's in the movie. This movie was completely right for DC. The way that DC should touch on some of their comic book stuff because of all of the comic book geeks that are out there, and a surprise and a nice thing for people who are not comic book geeks but are watching a movie. Think about it. The comic books have lasted for 40, 50, 60, 70 years. That genre has been around forever. It's a staple in America. If you transfer it to the movie and you don't keep some of that, you're giving up something. They're bringing a lot of that comic book stuff into the comic book movie, which you should do. So they're making references to the comic book stuff. They're bringing some of the comic book stuff into the movie. It was good. It was really, really good. It was well thought out. You can tell that a lot of it was maybe changed at the end. Personally, I think it was just a little bit, with CGI, it was just a little bit too much CGI, a little bit heavy on that. But, to me personally, this is their first movie in their new cinematic universe. Because this one, it was good. It was good. So, there are two Easter eggs at the end. And one of them, now this is a spoiler, I warned you. One of them is Superman versus the Flash in a race. And that's good. That's really good. The second one is, this is big. I don't know if I should tell you. You know what? I said spoiler, so I'm going to tell you. But it's going to be like mind blown. It was good. But more importantly, have you seen the movie? What do you think about it? Is this your favorite DC movie? Is this your favorite comic book movie? Let's talk about it in the comments. And I give this movie 9 bags of popcorn. Did you like the video? Did you like the content? Then subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.